Good afternoon. Welcome to Jim Munley's World of Weather. You clicked on to long-range weather forecast discussion for October 14th to 28th. For October 14th to the 18th, this is what we're expecting here. We have a ridge in the west. Oops. It keeps on moving. We have a ridge in the east, trough here. A ridge in the west, trough here in the east, and we have a deep storm here near the Aleutians here. That'll gradually push this ridge eastward as this trough moves inland. We'll get to that later. The trough will produce cool temperatures with frost and freeze conditions in some portions of the east. The western ridge will cause above normal temperatures with anomalies greater than 15 degrees above normal, and the ridge will push east, pushing the warmth into the plains later in the week. Then we get the changes later on in the week. I'll show you where this change goes to the 18th. Now you start seeing this trough moving in, pushes this ridge here into the plains. Like I said in the last period, we still have this trough here. That'll gradually lift out. So that will bring cool temperatures along with precipitation and high elevation snow. We'll look at that at the surface here. Okay, here comes the system. Here's the snow that we're talking about. So that'll bring some high elevation snow there. Okay, next we're going to look at the period for October 19th to 23rd. Now, the pattern gradually flattens to more of a zonal flow here. And this occurs as this trough moves into the west, itchy nose, allergies. Into the west, pushes this ridge eastward. And then you see what we get, the end result. Will be this. Okay, this is the kind of pattern we're looking for: trough in the west, ridging in the east. So for this forecast period, I am calling for is it going to change? Calling for above normal temperatures here, and I'm calling for anomalies to be that could exceed 8 degrees above normal, mainly here in the red. And for precipitation, calling for above normal precipitation here, probability of occurrence 35%. Below normal precipitation forecast for this region here, probability of occurrence is about 45%, mainly across this area here. Okay, we're going to look at the period for October 24th to 28th, and the pattern is shown, model is shown in different scenarios. Okay, we look at the ensembles. This is the GFS ensembles. The European ensembles all have a flatter flow at above normal heights. But then you look at the GFS, it's more pronounced, more amplified with a trough in the west, ridging here in the east. And then we look at the, we try to look at, I don't know what happened to these colors here. We look at the European AI, trough here. You can see here's our trough, here's our ridge in the east, as does the weeklies. The weeklies agree with the ensembles, more of a zonal flow. And then we look at the control. This is more in agreement with the GFS, trough in the west, ridging in the east. So I'm going to call for this forecast period. I'm calling for little change in the temperature anomalies from the previous period, and for precipitation, calling for below normal precipitation, which is this region here. Probability of occurrence is near 45%. Okay, next thing we're going to take a look at here. Now we got the forecast out. We're going to look at the current drought situation across the country. As I said, here in the east, we've been dry. It's unusually dry, but some parts of southern central New Jersey are under drought. Then we have some drought conditions here in the Ohio Valley. Of course, the drought, very little drought remaining here in the southeast. And then we also have some drought conditions here, and also parts of the Rockies, parts of the Southern Plains in Texas, the Southwest. So, and then we have a little bit of dry conditions here, what I've been forecasting below normal precipitation for much of this region. The Southeast is really good, thanks to something came out of it, out of Milton. Brought a lot of rain to Florida and parts of the Southeast and Helene. So this is what we're forecasting here. Now, the next thing we're going to take out a look at, we still have flooding here going on in Florida, left over from Helene. This is Bartow, Florida, and last observed. This is last observed today, and we still have some flooding here. It's moderate. Let's see. We have flooding here in Dillon, Florida, and we'll look at that. This is major flooding still going on there. 5 to 6 feet, 5.8. So there's still flooding going on in this area, and this is rainfall over the last 24 hours. Okay, that's all I want to show you today. So that's the long-range weather forecast discussion for October 14th to 28th. Thanks for coming to Jim Munley's World of Weather, and have a good day.